Hello and welcome. I'm Nicole Conte, host of the Sweet Success Podcast. We're so glad that you took the time to be with us this week. We are here with Erica Wilson and Taylar Posey. Erica is a therapist at the Olive Branch Counseling Center, and Taylar is a life coach with 4031 Life Coaching and Consulting right here in Alabaster, Alabama. We are going to help you guys. And I say you guys because I'm including myself too. You guys are going to help us care for ourselves, other people in our lives, and just really give us a little practical help and hope, right?
Yes.
Mental health is huge right now. It's a I feel like it's a buzzword, but it's so real, right? So we're going to get into that in this podcast. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yay. Thank you, Nicole. We're so excited.
All right. So first off, it's our first podcast. We need to know who you are. Like, why did you choose this profession and how did it all come about? So I want to start with you, Erica. Tell us a little bit about Erica Wilson.
I have my journey into mental health therapy started probably as a little girl. I knew at a very young age that I wanted to help people. So my parents divorced when I was about 8 years old, and I can remember at a young age thinking I was a little anxious or a people pleaser and a caretaker at a very young age. And when I got into college, I just set out on a goal I didn't know what it was, but I knew I wanted to be someone that helped people. So I started taking classes in human development and family studies, which led me into a major of really focusing on families and health. That then led me into a master's of counseling. And so I knew I just wanted to help kids like me and families like mine. And so I guess for me, it just started really at a young age, and it's just progressed over the years. And now I own my own private practice where I'm helping kids and families.
That's awesome. Taylar, what about you? How did this come about for you?
Yeah, so for me, I knew kind of the same as Erica that I always knew that I wanted to help people. My mom is actually a retired middle school counselor, and my dad is a retired basketball coach, so I always grew up around education. Didn't necessarily want to be an educator and kind of fought it for a while, but still knowing, hey, I would like to help people. I wanted to be a paleontologist and dig up dinosaur bones. Jurassic Park.
So that was your jam.
Oh, girl.
Okay. All right.
1993,
I
third
love
grade.
it. I love it.
So when Jurassic Park came out, I was like, you know what? I think I want to do this. So, got a little bit older. I guess I got a little more realistic and went to college and majored in elementary education. Became a elementary teacher and then got into administration. So I've been an assistant principal now for 9 years. But then one of the things that I'm not able to do as much as I would like is just work with people one-on-one. So last year I did get my life coaching certification. Erica and I would kind of talk about it every now and then, just jokingly, like, hey, what if you had your own business and I was your life coach? And she would say those things to me and I just kind of laughed it off. But last Christmas break, I did get my life coaching certification. And then this past summer, launched my business and made a website. And I've just been seeing clients, after school and on the weekends.
So, Erica, you pulled her in then, right?
100%.
She did. It's all her fault.
We had many meetings discussing our dreams.
We did actually have some pretty good meetings. Starbucks was our
So, okay, so kind of going into that, the reason this is called Sweet Success, you guys have a little bit of a sweet tooth, right?
Yeah, we love a sweet, don't we?
Yeah. It's a guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
So we're combining the love for sweets and helping people be successful in life, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweet success.
I love it.
That's
Well, tell
it.
me a little bit about, I need to get to know you guys a little bit more. Tell me about your family, Erica.
I have a 5-year-old little boy. He's full of life, full of energy. I'm married for almost 10 years now, and I have an identical twin sister. She's my super best friend. We're kind of, I think that's what happens with twins, is you're stuck with each other for years and forever. And I'm from a really small town. So moving from small town going to the University of Alabama and then moving here to Alabaster. This is kind of small town, big city type feel. But that's me and my family in a nutshell.
Can you give me a fun fact about yourself?
Oh, I like that.
Besides that you're an identical twin, because that is a really fun fact. But
yeah, so I used to be a Dubba twin.
So
Yeah,
for anyone
she-
in the
Yes.
Birmingham area,
She's fancy.
this is a local channel, the WB. Or, well, this was
it was the WB,
It was
and then
the
it turned
WB.
into the CW.
That's right.
And so my sister and I became the Dubba twins in early 2000. We were in high school, we did it all through high school into college, and loved it.
That is fun.
Yeah.
You
That
were
is
also a Crimson Net.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Alabama all the way. I
So
was a
roll
Crimson
Tide.
Net for 4 years at the
Okay.
university and loved every minute of it.
Very fun
Yeah.
facts. Thank you for that. Tell me about your family, Taylar.
So I am married, and my husband and I actually started dating when I was 15. So we have been together since I was 15 years old.
Wow.
Got married right when I graduated from college, and I have 2 boys. So boy mom, and all the things that come with that: football, baseball, soccer. Those are the sports that my boys like to play. And so, yeah, I mean, I went to the University of Montevallo. I was a cheerleader there. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it.
I didn't know you were a cheerleader
I
there.
was.
Do you have any other fun facts that you want to share with us?
Fun fact. So my dad likes to say that Charles Barkley is our cousin. I have met him a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
The round man
have
of
we
rebound.
determined if he is an actual cousin?
That I don't know about that.
Still to be determined.
Still to be determined. So
Okay.
we have some old photos. I have met him a couple of times. Him and my dad used to play golf together. I mean, they talk here and there, but I think what they realized was somebody way on down in the line had the same name like of a family member that both of them thought they shared.
Okay.
So just way back in the day, they've just said we're cousins. So
Well,
I
we're
just
going to go with
I
it.
mean, you know,
Why
yeah.
not?
I mean, right? It's Charles.
It's
Barkley.
fun.
It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun.
So I love hearing about you guys, both boy moms, both wives, both have lots of education background, right? You both were in the school system, still are in the school system. So you've got a lot going on as far as insight into kids, right? And
Right.
families. So when you started, Erica, you started the Olive Branch Counseling Center. That was really your main focus, right? Kids.
Right.
You saw a huge need for that.
Yes. And a part of that is because, so like you said, I worked in the middle school setting for about 8 years. And so I did an internship at an elementary school and never saw myself in middle school. But once I got there, loved it, loved every bit of it and that age group. And I work part-time at Children's Hospital in the emergency room with the psych patients. And while working there is where I really started seeing the need and how much it's just so much bigger than what we think it is as far as mental health goes. And while I loved what I did at the schools as a school counselor, I just realized there needed to be more availability for kids and their families as far as therapists go. So I just, this is a dream that I've had of mine for years. And like Taylar and I had been talking about it, and it's scary to leave something that you're so comfortable with. And like for me in a school setting, I loved my job. I loved the kids. But when you have a passion and a pull to do something so big, it's just scary. And I just think I took that leap of faith and did it and had full support from like friends and family, and it's successful. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for all my clients and my families. And I'm really excited to be here in this community, doing what I can to help the people in need.
Absolutely. And you're right. Such a huge need, especially right now after the pandemic. I think we saw what an impact it made on our kids. And so with life coaching you're in the same building together, but 2 separate businesses here.
Right.
So tell me about life coaching. What kind of client are you seeing?
So for me in particular, and all life coaching businesses are different, but for me, because I've worked in the schools and being an elementary education major, I started out teaching first grade, so 5 and 6 year olds. So I'm comfortable, and my youngest client is actually a 9-year-old. But for me, I'm comfortable seeing children all the way up to adults.
Okay.
So with life coaching, I'm there to just walk alongside my clients, help them with accountability, setting goals. A lot of the clients that I see are dealing with stress and anxiety. So some of that kind of intertwines with what Erica does. I would never claim to be a therapist, but stress and anxiety, goes hand in hand with a lot of things, and a lot of people are dealing with it. So for me, I'm open to seeing males, females, clients of all ages, whereas I know some life coaches, focus on just women or just a certain clientele. Because I've worked in the school system, like you said, I've been around lots of different families, lots of different people. So I'm really here just to walk alongside those that need it and just help them achieve their goals.
I love that. I think that helps a lot too, because sometimes when you hear life coach, you're like, well, I don't need that.
Right.
I think that's for, people like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or something.
Right. Yeah.
But I can use a life coach, like just to walk with me every day.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and one of my clients even said to me, she said, I just need you to be with me like until I die. And I was like, okay. But just, it's good to have, and sometimes you might just have a friend that helps you or, somebody that holds you accountable. I know at church people say like, when you're in a small group, find somebody that'll hold you accountable. But sometimes it's good to have somebody that's neutral, which is where I would come in. Sometimes you don't want your family members or your closest friends to even know that you're struggling with anxiety or, I want to leave my job. Kind of like what Erica said, like when you're comfortable and you feel something tugging at your heart, sometimes you feel like you can't express that to certain people. So those are just things that I talk with clients about, and we set goals and just try to come up with a way to help them be their best selves.
I think a lot of us wear masks because we do want to put on that persona of everything is fine
Right.
and everything's okay with us. But in reality, I think we
Oh, yeah.
all
for sure.
need help in some way. So
Right.
I think you're right. Speaking to a neutral party,
Yeah.
that's the way to go. So on this podcast, we're going to be dealing with lots of different issues, different topics. The sky's the limit, I feel like, on different things that we can talk about, but we really just want to help people live a better life, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, that's what we're all wanting, all hoping for. We just want to help people
That's right.
to live that better life.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to guide us in that.
Yes.
Yeah?
We're going to try to.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good. Well, I love learning more about you guys. I want you guys to stay tuned. This is going to be a wealth of information for everyone, from kids all the way up to adults and everything in between, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, Erica, thank you. Taylar, thank you.
Thank
you.
you, Nicole.
We'll talk to you next time.
Yay.
You have been listening to the Sweet Success Podcast with licensed therapist Erica Wilson and certified life coach Taylar Posey. If you have questions or topics you'd like to have addressed on an upcoming podcast, please message Erica on Facebook at the Olive Branch Counseling Center or Taylar on Facebook at 4031 Life Coaching and Consulting. Spell out 4031. For more information on Erica Wilson and all that she offers, visit theolivebranchcounselingcenter.com. And for more information about Taylar Posey and her services, visit 4031.org. Spell out 4031. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to our next time together. Please subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform.
This podcast is produced by yourpodcastnow.com. Let us produce a podcast for you.